And whatever I do, I try to make sure that I bring some kind of creative, something to it, some creativity to it. So yeah, I say that. I say that, yeah, at the end of the day, when it boils down, I'm an artist, respectfully. I grew up with my mom, my grandma, and my sister, so I was a little outnumbered. I had a large extended family. Like I had hella cousins. It was all good. You know, Sunday dinners were held at my house. What influenced me to join the band was like girls and going on trips with girls. I wanted to join the band because I was interested in girls. But upon joining the band, I took it really, really seriously. I realized pretty early on that, okay, I'm good at this. That was like 6th grade. Music was something that I took really seriously. High school felt like probably what college would feel like to some people. I went to a really large high school, pretty prominent high school in South Florida. Football was big, band was pretty big. It was a time. I did everything from playing to arranging music to being in student leadership in the band. Cooking was crazy. That was a crazy time. It is just a blur, right? Like, I don't really remember freshman year from senior year. It's just like, you know, it's all together. As far as, you know, my career and what I do now, like, it contributed greatly. We had one of the best, I would say one of the best music programs, one of the best bands, not just HBCU bands, but bands, period. In those interactions, trying to develop or to build something as a team or whatever it is, like you just learn a lot about yourself, about those people, about dealing with people. If anything, it taught you a lot about the workplace. College taught me per my email, you know, like college taught me how to be nice, nasty with it. You'll still have your job at the end of the day if you're nice, nasty. Freshman year, I decided on my major pretty early on. I decided I wanted to do music technology because I wanted to be a producer. I wanted to open a label. I wanted to be an executive. This is all in my mind going into college. One of my teachers, Dr. Simmons, RIP Dr. Simmons, he told me that I'm not gonna be able to find a job when I graduate. He's like, you need to go into education because there will be jobs for you, you'll have security, you'll be fine. And I listened to him. After I graduated, I applied for teaching jobs, just like, you know, you're supposed to when you graduate. I knew that wasn't really where my heart was, and I knew that after my first year teaching, I was like, I'm not gonna do this for a long time. I told myself, I was like, in 5 years, I'm gonna make a move and do something else. And that's what I did. You know, I graduated, I moved back down to Miami. I didn't want to at all. I knew that I wanted money. Like, I knew that I needed money in my hands. College is poverty. I didn't want to be broke anymore. So I got a job teaching elementary music. I was traveling to 2 schools a day. Like, it was a wreck. During that time, I wasn't playing because there was no work down here. I was teaching and I was going home or at Tootsie's. Y'all can edit that. I started to spend some time on other instruments, trumpet, trombone, some of these other instruments. That's when I started to get work. I'm driving to like Delray Beach from Carroll City. I'm only getting paid a little bit of money. You know, you get free drinks. I'm doing it for the exposure. I'm doing it for the experience. Like, you know, everybody can relate to that. Like, where you're definitely not doing it for the money because it ain't there. I wasn't really good starting out because I'm moving from another instrument. And trumpet is a really hard instrument. Like, respect to anybody who plays it. I'll never forget this one time, Bad Apple, I played with y'all. Bad Apple's Brass booked me for a gig on trumpet, and I played, and I stunk that shit up, dog. It was so bad, it was so bad. And they never called me back. I wasn't ready, but I was thrown into the fire because the lane was there, the opportunity was there, so I had to jump in whether I was ready or not. If you know anything about live entertainment, most of it happens at night, most of it happens late at night. So I'm having gigs and I might get home 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I still gotta get up at 8. It got to a point where I really wasn't happy. I didn't have the freedom that I wanted. It was, it was very routine. It's the same thing every day, same students every day, same story. I reached my breaking point. I just wanted to tour and I wanted to play, and that's where my heart was at that point in my life. Towards the end of me teaching, I got a gig with the compa band, and they wanted me to play trombone. Funny, 2 weeks after I bought a new trombone, because I was planning to take trombone more seriously, because I was just aware that down here I'm not gonna get no bread unless I'm playing trumpet or trombone. Mind you, I'm not a trombone player. If you ask me to play baritone, we can do that. But if you ask me to play these other instruments, a little different. So I was already kind of gearing up for it, and then I got the call, like, yo, there's a gig, they travel everywhere, it's a big band, what do you want to do? So I made the move. As I transitioned out of teaching, I transitioned into, touring, and that was really dope. I always wanted to put out my own original stuff. I had played, with a band for 2-3 years. We're traveling the world, but I'm playing background to the lead singer's, his original music. He's getting the royalties. He's the face of the group, right? It's his music. I'm playing it, but it's his music. So I wanted something of my own. And I said that, I was like, one day I'm gonna get in the studio, I'm gonna put something out. I don't care if it sucks, I don't care. I'm gonna put something on wax. I ain't know nothing about producing, dog. I ain't know nothing. So another like, hey, I'm gonna learn this on the fly. I don't know much, but I believe myself enough to where I'll figure it out. And I had a lot of time. I was still working, but I'm working from home. So I had a lot of time at the crib. This would be the perfect time to record something. And I took a bunch of sound recording technology courses. I learned everything, or at least enough to be able to navigate GarageBand and, some of these these devices or whatever. And I started the process. I don't know if I would have put the EP out when I did had it not been for the pandemic. Well, first it was the single, 1968, and then it was the EP. I really missed that time, and I'll probably never get that back, because I was so locked in. I wasn't using social media like that. I was just taking random walks without any devices on me. I'm just observing things and just trying to take in everything that's going on around me to somehow use it creatively. I was just so locked in. I had my beard was going crazy. My hair was this long. I did it, and it was received really well. And I appreciate y'all for loving it. And some of y'all still love it. Even though I may not, some of y'all still love it, and that's great. I'm interested in getting my music into TV and film, sync licensing. For every TV show that's out there that you guys love, there's a soundtrack for that, right? There's a need for music for those shows. So I'm interested in getting my music into those shows. I want my music to be in your home, in your car, at the grocery store, at Target, whatever. I want it, everywhere. New business ventures in the works. that I'm very excited about. Those business ventures will make sure that I have the time to make more music. I'll say that. If you have a little experience in music, and you might want to get into producing, but you don't know much about it, but you do know music, and that the only thing that you would need to do in order to be proficient with producing is to learn technology. Don't waste time. Like, don't waste time. Don't waste time, dog.